Hi, and welcome to my video podcast, Learning Through Different Voices and Different Eyes. My name is Miriam. I'm the owner of Mimitoys.ie. I'm a mom, I'm self-employed, and I work from home. The objective of the podcast, actually what's behind the podcast is what led me to start Mimitoys back in 2004, which is encouraging children to use their natural ability to play and learn and grow their confidence and self-esteem through, using their senses, imagination, creativity, talents, and skills. So the objective of this podcast is to give practical insights to parents and carers. So you're all very welcome. Today we'll have a chat with Jill, the co-founder of the Carrickmacross Toy Library in County Monaghan. Jill, you run the toy library since September 2020, and I know it's now a well-established initiative. So can you tell us a little bit about the principle of the toy library?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Miriam. It is basically, as it says, a library. So we have toys for people to borrow instead of books. People come and borrow toys from us. It's a very simple idea. And in fact, toy libraries are very popular elsewhere in the world, Australia in particular, the UK, America. Yeah, but we apparently are the first standalone toy library here in Ireland.
And I know what caught me, because just to give context, you've been in touch with us, with Mimitoys, to buy some toys. And I've always been, what caught me in your emails is the time and the consideration you give to your selection of toys. And I believe you have a strong ethos in terms of the type of toys you offer to parents, carers, and children.
In fact, when we started the toy library, the first thing we did is we had a toy drive. So we asked people to donate toys. So about 70-75% of the toys we have in the collection, we have over 400 toys now at this stage.
Yeah.
About 70-75% are pre-loved. They have been donated, or we found them in charity shops. So yeah, sustainability is a huge part of what we do, and we're very conscious of any toys that we do buy. We do secure some funding for toys from time to time, but they're of a certain standard of quality that will last, be durable, and withstand lots of abuse from multiple children for multiple years, we hope. And also, we're conscious where toys come from, how they're made, who they're made by, that they're made in kind of ethical conditions. If they're wooden, we love wooden toys. We prefer wooden toys over plastic. The toys are made from sustainably sourced wood, so kind of quite picky, I guess, in what we take, especially if we're buying it. Where it's come from.
Yeah.
Important for us.
Yeah, and I also read you had loads of articles, and you have a great presence online, and I'm sure people will find you. I just read about you say you're a fan of open-ended play, which is something I'm really interested in, and I like as an idea as a parent, and then a business trying to bring that on. So
yes, yeah.
Can you tell us, in terms of that ethos, that these ideas that you're bringing, and how well received they are by parents and people who borrow the toys from you?
Sure. Well, we actually were very lucky enough to secure some funding from Creative Ireland last year to purchase some open-ended toys for the collection. And the idea of an open-ended toy is that it doesn't come with instructions. It's completely open to interpretation. The child, it's not like, a lot of toys say, press this button, do this, do that, and the toy is just kind of, it's not necessarily a particular character or thing. It could just be, a collection of shapes, like building blocks, for example, or, have a balance board. Again, it could be used as a bridge, for cars going over, or it can be used for, a child to spin on, or, it's completely, the interpretation is completely down to the child. Elaine, my co-founder, is hiding here somewhere in the background. She's the child development expert. She could probably add to that.
Okay. I'd love to hear.
Come on, Elaine, don't you shy. Tell us about open-ended play and the benefits.
The benefits of open-ended play are huge, because what it does is it allows children to use their imaginations, and their levels of creativity are very often increased when they have opportunity to do their own thing. The other nice thing about open-ended play and loose materials and things like that is that the adult doesn't really have any idea as to what the child is doing. So you very often have to be invited into the child's play, as opposed to sometimes with objects that the adult has a preconceived idea as to what the function is, they tend sometimes to take over the play for the child or on the child. So with loose parts and open-ended play, the child is the master of their own play, and you are kind of the bystander and the invitee at the point where the child is happy to have you there. So one of the big advantages. Probably one of the disadvantages is that mom or dad have to pick up all the loose parts when the child is finished.
But that is worth it, and that you're right. And I think I read on that same article that you were really providing toys that would also encourage that interaction, parent-child, which is so important. And for parents too, because I know we all like to play, but sometimes you look at the toy and say, Jesus, I don't like this at all. But often open-ended play, as you're saying, they also invite parents in the play. As a parent, you go back to your childhood ways of playing, which were probably natural and more using instincts and sensory experiences. And also the idea of interacting with parents is a nice one, that probably your toys do invite parents to play more, maybe more with the kids, or want to play more with their children. And tell me, what type of feedback do you get from parents or the people who borrow the toys from you? I suppose it's not only parents, or is it?
We have larger parents members. We have a couple of grandparents, which is amazing as far as we're concerned, because they might be looking after their grandkids, or grandkids might come to visit maybe once a week, and instead of having their houses cluttered full of toys, they're able to kind of take out new fresh toys every week. So we're finding grandparents really benefiting from the service. Had inquiries from a couple of schools as well, and that's a market we're kind of looking to grow, getting some kind of schools on board and borrowing some of our toys.
And where can you just remind me where you are located and how actually? I think you mentioned the subscription, or how does it work then?
We're in Carrickmacross, which is in South Monaghan, so we're about an hour north of Dublin. And our catchment area, we have members from kind of surrounding towns, not just Carrickmacross. We have people from Dundalk, we have members from Monaghan Town, Shercock, Kingscourt. So people, because we're such a unique service, I suppose, do travel to us. And it works, and that people join as members, and they can choose to be a quarterly member, or 6 months, or a yearly member, and they pay a small fee for that. And they can borrow up to 4 toys at a time for a 3-week period. We're open every Friday morning, and then we're open alternate Saturdays. And actually now we recently expanded, so before we were just basically a cupboard, and now we have a lovely bright sunny room that we use for stay and play. So parents or grandparents or caregivers can come in with their kids, and they can try out some of the toys before they borrow them.
Okay.
And that's how toy libraries elsewhere tend to work. We weren't able to do that because we opened kind of in the midst of a pandemic. As the country's opened up and as our popularity has grown, we've seen a kind of a real demand for that. We're able to welcome people in, and they can play with the toys and touch them, whereas before everything was like, don't touch, we have to sterilise that, everything has to be quarantined.
I know, yeah.
So that's been we started recently doing some pop-up play sessions as well. So this morning it's World Play Day tomorrow, which is Saturday the 28th of May, and we had to mark the occasion, we had a lady doing some kids yoga and gymboree, kind of sensory music class. So that's happening this morning. And again, that's something that members can avail of. And last week we had Spanish we had a kind of story and song session, which was lovely as well. So doing lots like that. We've got a forest school session coming up over the summer, which will be off-site, obviously. So we as we're kind of, that we can properly operate now as we always will be able to.
I can hear there you have loads of ideas, and I'm sure this is a huge benefit to the community, as you're saying, grandparents, parents, primary schools. A lot of people can come to you for you're mentioning Gymboree, so it goes from all over. You're welcoming a lot of ideas and a lot of people in the toy library, which is, I'm sure that has a lovely impact on the community.
Yeah, we've had amazing feedback from our members and from the wider community. Everyone said, that's such an amazing idea. I cannot take credit for the idea. It's not my idea. Toy libraries are, been around for many, many years. In fact, I visited one in London last month that's been there for 50 years. I think the oldest toy library in the world might be in New York. Certainly in the States, probably over 100 years old. So, it's not a new idea. But obviously, as the conversation turns to kind of waste, the amount of waste that we're generating and sustainability, then people are kind of looking more towards kind of, ways that they can, reduce their
Yeah.
And borrowing toys is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. And do you still welcome toys that have been loved and now looking for a new home to be loved again? Okay.
We do. We're quite picky. We get given a lot of rubbish, I'll be honest.
Okay.
So we're very honest and upfront with people. These are the kind of toys we want. It has to be in good condition, working condition. Have to be sturdy, and we really don't like toys with batteries. We try and avoid those as far as possible.
That's cool. I know you said toy library is not a new idea, but you certainly made it happen in Carrickmacross. So well done, congratulations. I'm sure it wasn't an easy road and COVID and all, but well done. So listen, I really thank you, Elaine and Jill, for your time today and for talking to us. So we'll have the podcast on the Mimitoys.ie website and on our YouTube channel for anyone who's interested and maybe get ideas to have your own toy library in your own community. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thanks, Miriam. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.